Top 10 reasons why Amber Heard lost the defamation trial. Hey, I'm Bridget Shields, and today we're looking at some of the most pivotal moments in the trial that led the jury to rule in Johnny Depp's favor. Number 10. Amber Heard's ex-assistant speaks out. Kate James, who worked as Amber Heard's personal assistant for 3 years between 2012 and 2015, testified via video that in a recorded deposition, Amber Heard screamed at her when she tried to negotiate her salary of $50,000 per year, which is half of what she would normally make as a full-time celebrity personal assistant. She alleged that Heard screamed at her when she asked for a higher salary. James said that Heard also regularly yelled at her over the phone, often in the early morning between 2 to 4 a.m. Goes to show you that talking down to your assistants often comes back to bite you. Number 9. Kate Moss's 3-minute testimony. British model Kate Moss, who dated Depp between 1994 and 1998, testified that he never pushed her down a flight of stairs. This was important because it directly contradicted Heard's testimony earlier in the trial when she referred to an unverified rumor that Depp once pushed Moss down the stairs. Moss crushed those rumors by testifying to what really happened while the two were staying at a resort in Jamaica, stating that she in fact slipped down the stairs and screamed because she didn't know what was happening to her. It was then that Depp carried her to her room and got her medical attention. Number 8. Pirates of the Caribbean 6. It was revealed during the trial that Depp missed out on a $22.5 million payday as a direct result of the op-ed written by Heard. Depp's manager, Jack Wiggum, testified that the allegations made by Heard proved to be catastrophic for Depp's career, even though he was never actually named in the article. While testifying remotely, he said that Disney's president of production, Sean Bailey, and Pirates of the Caribbean producer Jerry Bruckheimer verbally sealed a deal around 2016 to pay Depp a whopping $22.5 million for the 6th film in the franchise. However, Wiggum was never able to revive the deal following the controversy surrounding the allegations. Number 8. Dr. David Kipper's testimony. Depp's private doctor described what really happened on the night the actor's finger was severed, corroborating Depp's version of events. Turns out the doctor was staying on an island in Australia on March 7th of 2015 when Depp sent Dr. Kipper a text at night saying that his finger had been severed. The doctor arrived on the scene, treated the wound, and took him to the emergency room. Depp then texted him several days later, blaming himself for the incident. He later admitted in court that he initially lied to protect Heard, saying, quote, "I didn't want to get her in trouble." So while Depp admitted that at first he lied to Dr. Kipper, it only served to make him more likable. Number 6. Dr. Shannon Curry's evaluation. The clinical psychologist who evaluated Heard for 12 hours on 2 separate days in December said that she was, quote, "grossly exaggerating symptoms of PTSD." Dr. Shannon Curry's testimony was the nail in the coffin for Heard's crumbling defense. The forensic clinical psychologist said that Heard did not have PTSD and was merely exaggerating symptoms. Instead, Curry concluded that Heard had a very sophisticated way of minimizing any personal problems, and that her evaluation supported 2 possible diagnoses: borderline personality disorder and histrionic personality disorder. So not at all what Heard claimed to have. Number 5. The private jet incident. When Johnny Depp's friend and sound engineer Keenan Wyatt appeared in court, he narrated an incident when Heard yelled at him during a private flight. He also mentioned that he had never seen Depp attack anybody and spoke about a time he joined the former couple on a private jet flight from Boston to Los Angeles in May of 2014. It was then that he noticed Heard was giving Depp the cold shoulder, and at one point he tried to comfort her by telling her that Depp cares about her, which resulted in Heard yelling at him, saying, quote, "How dare you talk to me," and screaming at him to get away from her. It's safe to say this incident helped the jury make out her character pretty well. Number 4. Christi Dembrowski's testimony. Depp's sister testified that the actor swore to never repeat domestic violence after their mother was physically aggressive towards them. Christi Dembrowski, Depp's older sister by 3 years, was the first witness to testify in the defamation trial. When she took to the stand, she spoke about their experience as children, growing up with their mother, whom she described as, quote, "high-strung, nervous, and often angry." When speaking of the difficulties that she and Depp experienced growing up, she said that as they got older, they decided that they were never going to repeat anything similar to their childhood in their own home. Number 3. Johnny Depp takes the stand. Depp returned to the stand during the 6th and final week of his defamation trial to refute Heard's testimony that he attacked her during their honeymoon in 2015. Following Heard's claim that Depp slammed her against the wall and threatened to kill her, Depp told the court that it was actually her who attacked him and gave him a black eye. His defense then produced photos of the former couple with waitstaff that showed Depp with an injured eye. He went on to call Heard's testimony unimaginably brutal, cruel, and false, while adding, quote, "No matter what happens, I did tell the truth, and I've spoken up for what I've been carrying on my back reluctantly for 6 years." Number 2. The ACLU speaks out. Terence Doherty, the General Counsel and Chief Operating Officer of the ACLU, said in a recorded deposition that Heard only donated $1.3 million of the $3.5 million she pledged to the organization from her divorce settlement. When Depp and Heard reached a divorce settlement in 2016, the actress announced that she would donate the entirety of her $7 million divorce settlement to charity, saying that the money would be split between the two organizations, the American Civil Liberties Union and Children's Hospital Los Angeles, which meant the ACLU should have received $3.5 million. But Mr. Doherty came with the receipts, claiming that the organization received 4 donations from Heard, which totaled $1.3 million, and only one of those payments was from Heard directly. This revelation definitely affected her credibility as a witness from that point on. And number 1, the explosive revelation from TMZ. The testimony from former journalist Morgan Tremaine established that the celebrity news publication had been able to publish exclusive photos and videos of Heard during the early stages of her contentious divorce from Depp, based on tips it had received about her whereabouts. In this case, Tremaine testified about a TMZ exclusive video from 2016, when she filed for a temporary restraining order against Depp. Tremaine said he dispatched paparazzi to stay outside the Los Angeles courthouse, based on an anonymous tip to capture photos of her. This revelation was indeed significant, as Heard had previously testified that she was caught off guard by the presence of the photographers, again catching her in a web of her own lies. Thanks for watching, be sure to like and subscribe.